Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to journey back in time to tell a very important story from the Bible. It's a story about listening, about making choices, and about a man named Jonah. Jonah was a prophet. That means God would speak to him and give him special messages for the people. One day, God came to Jonah with a very big job. He said, "Jonah, I want you to go to the great city of Nineveh. The people there have been making a lot of bad choices, and I need you to go and tell them to change their ways." But Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. The people of Nineveh were known for being unkind, and Jonah was afraid of what they might do to him. So, instead of listening to God, Jonah decided to run away. He went down to the port city of Joppa, found a ship that was sailing in the exact opposite direction of Nineveh. He thought if he could just get far away, he could hide from God and his big scary mission. He went down into the bottom of the ship and fell fast asleep, thinking he had escaped. But can anyone really hide from God? While Jonah was sleeping, God sent a mighty storm out onto the sea. The wind howled and the waves grew so high they crashed over the sides of the ship. The sailors, who were very experienced, were terrified. They had never seen a storm like this before. They threw all the heavy cargo overboard to try and make the ship lighter, hoping it would stop them from sinking. They prayed to their own gods, but nothing worked. Finally, the ship's captain found Jonah sleeping below deck. He woke up and said, "How can you be sleeping at a time like this? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe He will have mercy on us and save us from this storm." The sailors decided to cast a lot, which was a way of figuring things out to see who was responsible for this terrible storm. And guess whose name came up? Jonah's. The sailors all turned to him. "What have you done to bring this disaster upon us?" "I am a Hebrew," he said, "and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. I am running away from him because he asked me to do something I didn't want to do." The sailors were even more frightened when they heard this. The storm was getting more and more violent. "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" they asked desperately. Jonah, realizing this was all his fault, said, "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will become calm. I know it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." The sailors didn't want to do it. Finally, knowing they had no other choice to save their own lives, they prayed to God, asking for forgiveness for what they were about to do. Then they picked Jonah up and threw him over the side of the ship into the wild churning water. And instantly, the moment Jonah hit the waves, the wind stopped howling and the sea became perfectly calm. The sailors were in awe. They saw the power of God and made promises to worship him. But what about Jonah? As Jonah sank into the depths of the ocean, God had another plan. He sent a giant fish. Some stories say it was a whale to swallow Jonah whole. Inside the dark, smelly belly of the great fish, Jonah was safe from drowning. He was alive for 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah was inside that fish. He realized he had been wrong to run from God. He understood that you can't run away from your responsibilities, and you certainly can't hide from the one who created everything. From inside the fish's belly, Jonah prayed. He thanked God for saving his life from the stormy sea. He admitted his mistake and promised that if he got a second chance, he would obey. God heard Jonah's prayer. After 3 days, God commanded the fish to swim close to the shore, and it spit Jonah out onto dry land. Jonah was sticky and covered in seaweed, but he was alive and free. And then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. God said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you." This time, Jonah didn't run. He didn't hesitate. He got up and went straight to Nineveh, just as God had commanded. Nineveh was a huge city. It took 3 days just to walk across it. Jonah walked into the city and began to preach the message God had given him. He cried out, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be overthrown." Now, you might expect the people of Nineveh to get angry or to ignore Jonah, but something amazing happened. They listened, from the most important person, the king, to the most humble servant. Everyone believed God's message. The king of Nineveh took off his royal robes, put on sackcloth, which was a sign of being sorry, and sat in ashes. He sent out an order to the whole city. Everyone, and even all the animals, had to fast and pray. He said, "Let everyone give up their evil ways. God may yet relent and, with compassion, turn from his fierce anger, so that we will not perish." When God saw what they did, how they turned from their wicked ways, he had compassion on them. But the story doesn't quite end there. He went outside the city, sat down, and pouted. He said to God, "I knew this would happen. I knew you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love." Jonah was upset that the people he thought were his enemies were shown mercy. So God decided to teach Jonah one more lesson. He made a plant grow up quickly over Jonah's head to give him shade from the hot sun, which made Jonah very happy. But the next day, God sent a worm to eat the plant, and it withered away. Then a scorching east wind blew, and the sun beat down on Jonah's head until he felt pain. He wished he were dead. Then God said to Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah replied, "It is." But God said, "You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. But Nineveh has more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and many animals as well. Should I not have concern for that great city? And that's where the story ends. It shows us that we can't run from our problems or our responsibilities. It teaches us the importance of obedience, even when we are scared. But most of all, it shows the incredible power of second chances and forgiveness. Just like God gave Jonah a second chance, and then gave the entire city of Nineveh a second chance, He offers that same grace and compassion to all of us when we make mistakes. All we have to do is to be willing to turn around, just like the people of Nineveh did. What an incredible story. Thank you so much for joining us for story time today. I hope you enjoyed the tale of Jonah and the great fish. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. We'll see you next time.